Jeff with Koncept Garage here in Austin, Texas, bringing you another behind the scenes video. This one is of a shed conversion. So what a lot of people don't realize is we do more than garages. We do garages, sheds, attics, storage units, in-home spaces like pantries, primary closets, playrooms, pool houses, crawl spaces, all the spaces where one would usually store their possessions, we take care of for our clients. So this one is a shed. It was already built. This is in Hyde Park. So as some of you may know, Hyde Park has a lot of restrictions that definitely applied here. This is what we walked into. We eventually took this dormer and made it a window to bring some more natural daylight into the space. So they had this really cool shed already on the property, fully framed in, and inside it was completely unfinished. So previous homeowner just used it as a storage space. A lot of potential here. The clients wanted to convert this into their gym and then also as an art studio. So those were the goals for this space. One of the challenges was how this wood loft, there's this loft on the back half of the garage and then, not the garage, the shed on the back half and then on the front half as well. And how it was framed in, it was really sturdy. It was built into the infrastructure, but the storage rack underneath that loft too was framed in. It appeared at first that it was, the studs were part of the infrastructure. Turns out it wasn't. This plywood, for example, was cut around these load-bearing studs. So whoever made this did a really good job, really high quality. Screws in here instead of nails, which made it easy for us to disassemble without impacting the loft structure above or the actual infrastructure itself. Here's the front loft. And seeing we wanted to convert this into a gym and a studio, air conditioning was part of that scope. And this front loft here hangs over the front porch, as you can see here. Okay, so in order to insulate the shed, we needed to pull up this plywood decking to get insulation underneath that, and then put the plywood decking back down. So this was a full conversion. We dried this in. Don't have any during photos of this project, so I'll just show you guys the afters. Full drywall, lighting system. Here's the split system. The loft, we obviously painted everything. New lights in here. So one of the big challenges for us was speccing a gym rack that would fit underneath the height of this loft. So this loft is 96 inches. We're able to find a couple of products in the marketplace that from vendors that we know, like, and trust. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do pull-ups under here, but a window was added to bring some more natural daylight in. I already said that vent on the front side was changed to a window as well. We normally would epoxy a floor and put rubber mats in here. Here we did the 1/4 inch all black rubber mats, but we put in a modular flooring system. At first we were thinking, man, do we go ahead and epoxy it? But I'll go back to the before photos here and I'll show you. There was just a subsurface in here. So it was one sheet of plywood and then the framing underneath. So we were going to have to put another finished layer of plywood on here to prevent the floor from like bowing and moving. There are flexible epoxy products that can withstand some of the movements of the surface that it's applied to. But if we would have put that plywood flooring down, unfortunately this door, the height here, it wouldn't have cleared. I would have gone 3/4 inch, and we didn't have 3/4 inches here, so we had an obstacle there. That, and then when we looked at the cost of adding a second layer of finished plywood and then epoxying that compared to putting down modular flooring system, and this is really high tensile strength stuff. This is not, we didn't just go to Home Depot and buy some laminate flooring pieces and glue them down. This is an actual system that's about a 1/2 inch thick that we put down here, and then we put the rubber flooring over that. So it provides some of that tensile strength that the finished plywood would have, and it also improves the aesthetic. So it looks more like an interior space. The aesthetic of epoxy just wasn't really going to align with the goals anyway. You could see we added this slat wall system over here for the gym equipment. And then here's a view of the front side. We added a ceiling fan here to bring some more airflow. If they just want to shut off the split system, in the shoulder season, open the windows, do some ceramics or paint, they could just turn on the ceiling fan here and get that airflow. And then I've shown this product in a few previous videos, the 2-car clean out where we were talking about the mountain biking setup. This is the same product. We cut this down a little bit. We only had 44 inches here. This foldable workbench is 48 inches. So we cut this down a little bit. It holds 500 pounds, so plenty of weight capacity to store a potting wheel or ceramics, that kind of thing. And the positioning is such that, you get a great view. You're painting or doing some kind of pottery, you have a great view. We utilized these loft spaces. They were great. So they're non-essential items. They don't need more keepsakes. One, they're in a conditioned space now. So anything cellulose based that you store in an unconditioned space will deteriorate over time. Temperature, humidity swings, that's just going to break down like moving boxes, for example, or paper or clothing items. So when you have it in a conditioned space, the possessions last longer. Like libraries are some of the most closely treated air conditions that are around. Like you can't have any mold or mildew or temperature or humidity swings in a library to preserve all the books. They're all cellulose based, so they're very closely monitored and tightly conditioned spaces. You'll also notice in these photos that we added trim around the doors and the baseboard. We didn't trim out the windows. The client didn't want to, and we didn't really see a need to do that, given the fact that it's all new drywall in really good condition. It would have just gobbled up some real estate here unnecessarily and provides a little bit more of a modern look. They're going to go ahead and add their own blinds after the fact. But this space was really transformative. I think I have a video here of walking into the space initially. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, shoot, I don't. So here's what we walked into. And then, let's see if I can. Will, our project manager, recorded these videos. You can see the window up there. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Nice. Yeah, really proud of our team here. Our in-house team didn't really have much work to do. The flooring, the slat wall, the folding workbench, pulling up the plywood there in the loft, and then obviously organizing it. A little bit of a junk haul, not much. Mostly it was my project manager, Will, and then our specialty trade partners, our electrician, our insulation crew, our drywall and painting guys, the split system, our air conditioning company. So tell me what you think about this. If you have a structure on your property, easy to convert it into a livable, hospitable environment. If you don't, there are a few really good options. Backyard Pod here in Austin is a good option. Studio Shed, I think they're based out of Boulder, Colorado. They have a prefab system. Tough Shed is another good option. And then you can easily finish out those spaces to suit. If you like this video, check out some of our other videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. And if you're in Austin and you need help, visit our website and book a consultation with us. We'd be more than happy to help.